Hello everyone and welcome back to the 20 years of Call of Duty. We're on a new one, as you can see. It's Call of Duty Infinite Warfare 2016's, to be precise. Where to begin with this one? Wow, there's so much to talk about with this one, more so than I would say any of the others we've played the previous three, including that Modern Warfare Remastered, which you can see at the bottom of the menu there, where we did some funny stuff on Mile High Club, and the last level. Interesting, just quick technical note on that video. I've noticed that the music didn't play. That's a problem that Modern Warfare Remastered and Modern Warfare 2 Remastered have had built in. It's to all get away from copyright strikes. I assume that's because the music, it must be just heavily copyrighted, the soundtrack, unlike other Call of Duties. I won't know about this one until I've done it, but hopefully you could hear this music, the main menu theme. Pardon me guys, my nose just dying on me. That helps when I'm doing my commentary. Right, pardon me. Apologies for that. But yeah, here we are, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. As you can see right off the bat, we've got a hell of a lot more missions to play with than we normally do. That's because this game was the first one to do side ops. Or, I don't know why I keep calling it side ops. That's what Metal Gear Solid 5 is called, isn't it? With the side missions. That's the proper term. Side missions, side quests, whatever you want to frigging call them. We all know what I mean. It was the first game to do that, and I'm not sure if, to be fair, it's not many have done that since. I can only think of Black Ops Cold War. Yeah, it would be Black Ops Cold War would be the only other one, unless Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 have them, which I don't think they do. But yeah, we've got a lot of levels here. Again, we're going to pick 3... I've decided for this one I'm going to pick 3 main missions, and I'll do 1 of the side missions. So, again, we're deviating from the format of doing 3 that I like and 1 I dislike. In terms of this campaign, what I think of it, just off the bat, I know I tend to do a summary at the end, but I'll start early here. My opinion has changed 180 on this game. I hated it at launch. I thought it was tired. I thought it was the worst one. I said I'd much rather play Ghost and Advanced Warfare. That opinion has swung right around. This is a fantastic campaign. Fantastic's a strong word. It's not getting in the top 3. But in an era where Call of Duty has struggled, this is a good one. A lot of fun. I talked about Advanced Warfare being the peak meme Call of Duty, which is a comment I know somebody really liked. I think this one actually beats it, but in terms of overall, it's a far better game. This one's peak meme because, as you'll see, and I'll showcase most of these characters, we're going to have Conor McGregor, Lewis Hamilton, and everyone's favourite Jon Snow, Kit Harington, in this as the villain. Weird choice. It's strange at the time, and even weird to look back on. It's probably even worse because of what a Game of Thrones' reputation is like now, and I'm not going to get into that discussion. Let's not depress things anymore. At this point, Game of Thrones is still riding pretty high. But I've talked on long enough. We're not going to do the first mission, which funnily enough is the big one of Conor McGregor. We're going to do Black Sky. Again, these levels are going to be pretty long. So I'm going to do this one on Veteran, guys, because I just want to showcase the game a bit. I'll do the other ones on Specialist. You can see a brief description there, and I'll talk a little bit about Specialist. But let's get into the game, because I've been rambling, and we'll get into the main thing. One of the things I want to say off the bat, guys, is you're going to see the main character, Reyes is called. I think he's one of the best protagonists in the series, and I'll talk in depth about that. I've just realised I've not done the audio again. Unprofessional, as always. I'll let the first cutscene play, and then we can see all that. And in fact, I'm going to shut up and let the story play, because it's not so bad for a Killzone ripoff.
What is Raya? Unclear. Helmet cam stopped transmitting. It's been 18 hours, no contact. Set def's made no demands.
Settlement Defense Front doesn't make demands. They planted a flag in our rock. They executed 3 men and shot down a pilot.
Our team was sent to secure classified weapons from a closed facility.
That facility is a black site, Admiral. Why the hell is SetDef allowed in that airspace?
By permission of the Accords, all nations have access to free...
Sir, that objective required a full strike force, not a 4-man team.
Lieutenant Reyes, I implore you to use diplomacy in this office. Take a different tact.
Yes, sir. Who else knows about this?
Right now, Joint Strategic Air Command and you.
This is a deliberate act of aggression, Admiral. We should be out there on patrol, not down here throwing confetti.
The rules of engagement prohibit definitive action under these circumstances.
So we stand by with our barrels in the sand and we watch a Fleet Week parade?
Lieutenant Reyes, make no mistake. My instincts, which are aligned indelibly with your own, are that we need to engage.
Why don't we, sir?
They're politicians, Reyes. They'll wipe hell's ass with whatever flag keeps the smokestacks burning. To these men, the idea of mounting an offensive triggers a fresh and unplanned piss. Until there's war, the warriors aren't in charge.
But sir, by the time there's war, it's too late. Hesitation is a hole in the head. You drilled that into us relentlessly in flight school. Work the problem, respond.
You were always a fast learner, Lieutenant. STRATCOM is well aware of our grievances. At this time, no use of force is being considered on an operational level. These are the laws of war, son.
Thank you for the briefing, sir.
Admiral Raines, E3N is in position on the roof.
Thank you, Petty Officer.
What is E3N?
Go take a look for yourself. I think you'll be quite impressed. Dismissed.
How many?
4. KIA.
Europa?
Front was already there. Took out the whole team. Looted the site.
Son of a bitch. This Felice stuff is nonsense. We should be up in our jackals flying watch.
Admiral doesn't disagree.
Captain Alderno?
Negative. Today, Retribution isn't a warship, it's a parade float.
Whole fleet here in Geneva? Doesn't seem right.
We do this every year, Salt.
Well, let's not miss the party.
After you, Lieutenant.
Thanks, Slick.
I gotta say, the cutscenes look incredibly beautiful.
Come on.
Always
Take the
hurts
scenic
when you
route.
go back to gameplay. But let me just sort that audio out. I say I wanted the game to set up the story a little bit. We're always trying to enjoy as much as we can. Is that just standard volume? Oh my god, it takes so long to go down. We'll put it about there. Yeah, that seems quiet enough, doesn't it? But what I wanted to say about the main character, Reyes, I'll tell you why I think I like the main character. It's not just because, I don't know, he looks kind of cool and he says some good lines. I think it's the fact that he's not a rookie. Pardon me, I do apologise. I think it's the fact that, you know, as I say, he's not a rookie. He's Lieutenant Reyes, and big surprise, he's going to end up captain of that ship, and you're going to be in charge of it, and everyone's going to look up to you and everything. I think that makes the game a hell of a lot better, because usually in Call of Duty, quite boringly, you're the biggest rookie on the planet. Even in what we're just playing on COD 4 Remastered, you know, Soap's a new rookie, FNG, it literally means fucking new guy. Some incredible shots here. For Call of Duty, this is all pretty spectacular.
Retribution. Home sweet home.
I just say it briefly on the graphics, they do look a little bit flat. I don't want to start off too negative, because I do actually quite like this game, but it does look pretty flat, doesn't it? Bearing in mind that Battlefield 1 came out a week before this, or was it 2 weeks before this? And then Titanfall a week after, and then this game came out, Infinite Warfare. Yeah, it certainly doesn't look as good as them two games. And I'm going to get onto that in a minute, because that riles me up what I've just said. Whoever is in charge of marketing or release dates at EA back in that time, I don't want to speak ill of people, but he should be sacked, or she. What moron put Titanfall 2 out in between Battlefield 1 and Infinite Warfare? Seriously, why would you do that? You literally had the best FPS game in about 9 years, since Call of Duty 4. And they put it out in between two massive legacy franchises in Battlefield and Call of Duty. Battlefield was one of the most incredible hype trains behind it with Battlefield 1. And Call of Duty was Call of Duty. Juggernaut, it's a beast. Everyone's going to buy it regardless of how much people dislike the trailer. And they put Titanfall 2 in the middle, and I hate that Titanfall 2 didn't get recognition. Speaking of Titanfall 2, we've got their answer to BT.
I think we found
Ethan.
E3N.
Indeed, sir. Petty Officer First Class, E3N. Enhanced Tactical Humanoid, 3rd Revision.
That's a mouthful.
You ain't kidding. Call me Ethan, man.
Everyone loves Ethan. Ethan's one of the standout points of the game. I didn't like it when it first came out, because I just considered it a knockoff BT.
Born to kill.
I think BT is better written in Titanfall 2 with a better connection, but Ethan's pretty good.
Blush, sir.
Left side, Ethan. So old goat can still climb.
Welcome aboard, Admiral.
Well, now that we're all acquainted.
But let's talk briefly on this game's release.
Roger, Admiral.
Everyone remembers the trailer. Even if you didn't play Call of Duty, everyone remembers that trailer. It was famously the most disliked trailer on YouTube, back when you could see the dislike button.
We're coming to you. Copy 6.
It's because this real fatigue had set in about future games, future warfare. Everyone was desperate for World War II and World War One. But as we'll see with the next Call of Duty, that doesn't inherently make your game better. I think people just want a damn good game. And I think more just coming to Call of Duty fatigue, and I think people wanted to rag on Call of Duty. And the trailer wasn't good. Let's not split hairs. It was a bad trailer. That's why it got the hate it did. Sorry if I'm talking over the story, but this is my best chance to get these points across. Basically, the plot is Killzone. There's your plot. If you don't know Killzone, look it up. But the trailer was bad, and I think the name didn't help. Infinite Warfare. It kind of gave off this big meme vibe. It was like, oh, we're just going to call them Modern Warfare, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare. It got tied. It's kind of like where James Bond is, where we had like Tomorrow Never Dies, Die Another Day, and No Time to Die. No Time to Die. The guy just can't find a time to die. Like, like literally. But yeah, as you expected with Call of Duty, things they have to blow up eventually. Like Black Ops 3 though, this does take its time a bit, and I think that served those two campaigns well. Infinite Warfare had a lot of good ideas going through it, some incredible visuals here by the way. And we're going to get straight into shooting when we crash in here, I remember this. So let's begin. This must be the longest wait to fire a gun yet in this series. Let's go. I think we get right into this. Now, interestingly, I mentioned Killzone because Salter, your main companion for the game, she also voiced the character in Killzone Shadowfall. And Killzone Shadowfall was, of course, the first one of the launch titles for PlayStation 4. That game probably looked better graphically than this did, to be fair. But here we go, we're into the game now. It's standard Call of Duty. Now, once again, like Advanced Warfare, through playing the campaign and doing the side missions on a previous save, I've got a list of perks here, or suit upgrades. I've got a knife, I can switch my weapons quickly, I can reload quickly. So if I seem a little bit more overpowered than you do when you play the game, that is why. Now, there's not much to talk about in terms of difficulty. This is Veteran. It's a pretty easy Call of Duty. Look how quick that reloading is, though. It's a pretty standard difficulty-wise. You ain't going to struggle too much. But when we get on Specialist, oh my god, that changes the game. It becomes such a better game on Specialist. I don't think playing this game on Veteran would help anybody, because it does feel like a tied Call of Duty. In honesty, in terms of difficulty and challenge. I will say I don't think the game's as well designed as Black Ops 3 in terms of, you know, openness. But it does a hell of a lot better, things better than Black Ops 3. I could do a different gun here. Karma 43. Oh, who's that? Get killed. Gunplay in this game. Gunplay is always good in Call of Duty. The weapons aren't as interesting. I think I always struggle when the weapons aren't sort of real, or when you get so far in the future. But Call of Duty obviously isn't really going to do laser guns. I know Advanced Warfare did, but just that one. You know, it's like Halo, which has got this vast array of weapons that have become iconic. I think Call of Duty has genuinely struggled. This one did make quite an effort. You've got some interesting guns. I remember this Type 2, because can't you make it, yeah, dual wielding? That's kind of cool. I give the game props there, and you can make it this single weapon. So the reason I picked this level, in case you're wondering, is I think it sets the... I've always wanted to set up the plot well, and to kind of show the game. We've always wanted to pick an early level to show the game on. It's probably one of the... Do you know what's good about this level? It shows a lot. It shows a lot that the game's going to do, even more than New World in Black Ops 3. We're going to even get some space battles in this.
Good call.
So grenades, pretty standard stuff. It's a grenade at the end of the day. You load a bloody thing and it blows up. One thing I like about this game is you get markers like that, telling you that you've killed people or injured them. Very useful. It's one of the big things that I do like about the future games, is they've been able to add little touches like that enhance gameplay. Obviously, you know, we can't, if you do that in World War II, it's just going to look daft, isn't it? So, when I get to Specialist, I can talk more about this, but you get a lot of these supply boxes in the game, and they're going to be vastly important. Now, you'll notice in the bottom of the screen, you can see my frag display with the R1 button. There's also an L1 button there. What Specialist does is you're going to get more equipment, but in this time you're going to have to maintain your health. So I believe L1 is going to be taken up by helmets and R1 is going to be used by health stims. There's no health regeneration on Specialist. You have to heal yourself, and you have to wear helmets if you're in space or the atmosphere is not, you know, friendly to a human. That line's so bad. This is horrible. What was the level they showcased at E3 this year? I think it was this one, right? No, I don't think... No, I'm sure it was in space. It must have been in space, surely. I think I know which level they showcased. I think it's the one after this. But as I was saying, on Specialist, you know, you've got to wear helmets, a bit like Metro, and if they get cracked, they get destroyed, they're gone. And if you're in Jupiter or Mars, you're dead, because you can't breathe there, you know, if you paid attention in school. Not particularly friendly to us humans. Here we go, Seeker Grenades. You can carry 2 equipment, and the Seeker Grenade is class. This is like a little spider grenade that goes chasing enemies, highlights them as well, so you can start a little chain where it'll pick out one enemy, you shoot them, and then it'll have to go to a different one. Very useful. But what Specialist does and what makes the game so good is it turns it into a bit more of a tactical thing, because you've got to decide what equipment you want at one given time. And you can't have frags and Seekers. You have to have health stims, unless you feel like playing it risky. And so there's some really interesting things behind that difficulty. For instance, if you get shot in the leg, your character can no longer sprint. I think it's the left leg. If you get shot in the left arm, your character can no longer aim. ADS, you can only just shoot from the hip. And you get shot in the head, you're dead. Then you get this like little health marker in the bottom left. It's really cool. It must have put a lot of time and effort into it. It's really disappointing that after this, there's not going to be any unique difficulties. It was only Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare that went there. Oh my god. Got melted then. I've got grenades, let's use them. And before anybody types in the comments, yes, I know Modern Warfare 2019 and Black Ops Cold War have realism difficulty, which is just veteran. I'm using the game's words here. Just veteran with limited HUD. What's that about? That's not interesting.
I don't know, Ethan. Our Raiders guns are still firing.
Is that extended mags? I think I've got that anyway, haven't I? Yeah. Oh no, I don't. I'll take the extended mags. It's quite a harrowing opening to the game, this. Lots of civilian death. This is quite a memorable shot. Mainly because this is a checkpoint you die on a lot on Veteran and Specialist. As you can see, we have got jumping in the air. This is not a boots on the ground Call of Duty. Sorry to all those people that love all that. There was this real obsession back in the day about, oh, we want boots on the ground. I never quite got it myself. Like, there's been plenty of Call of Duties on boots on the ground. Putting World War II boots on the ground ain't going to suddenly make it a better game. I think we learnt a lot with World War II, just because you make it a setting you want doesn't automatically make it a good game. So this is a really tricky section on the harder difficulties. But we're way past the days of Call of Duty being particularly tough. Yeah, we've got a sniper here. As you can see, guys, there are some laser guns in this, and as I say, I tend to remember them more than the generic weapons because they're unique. Basically, because in this game we're going to be fighting robots again, similar to what we were doing in Black Ops 3. You have 2 types of weapons. You've got those that are better against humans and those that are better energy weapons against robots and machines. Which is something Black Ops 3 could really have done with. It can be a bit frustrating at times because some guns can feel utterly useless on one other faction. But it's a design choice they went for and it's not a bad one. It's not that different to Halo. You know, it's interesting because it does feel like Call of Duty is trying to get on a bit of the Halo crowd here, doesn't it? But I've never got that because by this point in 2016, Halo was desperately trying to get the Call of Duty crowd. Yeah, look at Halo 4. That game was literally trying to be Call of Duty ever since Bungie left. Let's do the classic. This is very Kill as well. Remember Killzone 2 and 3 when this was all you did? Your character would pull you up. I mentioned a comment, didn't I, how I thought that this game's story isn't all that great, because it isn't. It really is just a generic bad space Nazis invade Earth. Stop them. You're the last guys on the line. Its story is nowhere near as interesting as Black Ops 3, but what the difference is, and what I talked a lot about in Black Ops 3, is context. This game sets up its world really well. It sets up its characters really well. It does everything that Black Ops 3 didn't do, basically. Other than tell a bit of an interesting story, this game doesn't really go anywhere that's shocking. It's very by the books of us, you know, evil Nazis invade Earth, but it's in space. But because it took the time to build its characters up, it feels a much better story than Black Ops 3, and it probably helps enhance the game a lot. And that's why I think it's so important to get context of combat right. All the best games have done this. Call of Duty 4 did this, Halo certainly did it. Halo's story is not a masterpiece, but people talk about it like it's a masterpiece. It's just presented extremely well. Oh, there we go. Hear the robots. Yeah, I get battered. But Reyes is a much more interesting player than player in Black Ops 3 with his Charlie Day voice. You know, even Advanced Warfare took the time to kind of set its universe up a little bit, not massively. I won't give Advanced Warfare that much credit, because that first level does just have you in Korea, and you're meant to just kind of roll with it, which is fine, but okay. I think this is an energy weapon. Yeah, you can see that symbol in the bottom right. That tells you you're using an energy weapon, because it's got that little symbol. Very handy. Use some secret grenades here. But I'm really looking forward to showing the specialist difficulty off, because if you don't know much about it, I think you're really going to enjoy it. But yeah, energy weapons work really well against robots. Standard weapons work really well against humans. It's as basic as that, but it works. Let's get some frags thrown. Might as well use frags. Yeah, another one thrown. Always get them thrown because you've got these supply crates right here. Just briefly talking, guys, I'm sure many of you have become aware recently that I've obviously gained access back to my channel. I did make that point on Advanced Warfare, sorry, the last level. That I just had my PS5 linked to the game, but I didn't have like access to it through my phone and, you know, computer and whatever. That has obviously been rectified. I've got access once again. I'm really happy, guys. You'll notice I'm responding to comments and putting posts up. I've put all of these videos into a handy playlist, so if you want to watch them all back to back, or you're just discovering it and have missed some, feel free to use that. I've obviously got a chance to look at my analytics since, and it says that a lot of my viewers are coming from the United States, so I just want to say a big thank you to you guys. I always loved you as a Brit, he says. Never slagged America off before. But no, I'm really happy. Well, I don't care where you're from, as long as you enjoy my videos, that's great. That's going to blow me up. I'm going to die here, yep. You actually get a proper death animation here. That's another flop of this game. The fact that they've tried to put the quotes on, but they're the enemy's quotes, it just doesn't have that cool factor that I think they thought they'd get by copying like COD 4 and COD 2. But yeah, a lot of the United States viewers, thank you so much, guys. Obviously, the majority of my stuff comes from the Throttle video on Advanced Warfare, but I really appreciate it, guys. We've bumped up to 42 subscribers. If anyone decides to hang around and subscribe even more, I'm just so appreciative, guys. Really appreciate it, thank you. I'll never ask for you to subscribe or like the video. I believe you should have, if that's something you want to do, you'll do it with your own free will. I don't want to have to batter you into doing it, so that's your decision, guys. I appreciate whatever you do if you're interacting with the videos in however way. But as I said, I just wanted to point out that I've got access to this channel now. And when I've completed this series, I do intend to keep it active. There's a few ideas floating around in my head that I intend to do. As we take that robot out. And I might do a channel update video when I've done this series, just to talk about some of the stuff I'm going to do. Because I intend to keep being relatively active on here. Because I've rediscovered a bit of a love for it. It's great being able to put videos up in 60 FPS. I really like that. I think it makes my content way better. I could just do with a really quality mic. That would, I think, elevate the stuff even more. In terms of where we're at, in terms of how far we're going, I know I've said at the minute Vanguard. Vanguard's the last Call of Duty that I own. I do intend to buy Modern Warfare 2, 2022. I just need it to become available on Amazon for me to put the money in. The reason I want to buy it on Amazon is because I've just got, it's been Christmas, I've just got a lot of vouchers for it.
Why are they attacking us, sir?
And I think what I'll do with that is I'll play Advanced Warfare. Sorry, I'm getting all the names mixed up here. This is what I'm talking about, calling them Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare. I will play Modern Warfare 2 on my own, and then I'll pick some levels that I like. I think that'll work best. Modern Warfare 3, who knows by that point? I don't know how long all this stuff's going to take. So here's an interesting mechanic. You sort of have to open doors slowly. Oh, that's a civilian. Shit. So, yeah, that was dumb. War crime. Infinite war crimes. Yeah, just shoot them. Just shoot them. Old school. Yeah, have that. Kicking the door was dumb. That was good military tactics. So, war crimes and bad military tactics. Oh dear. It's Vietnam all over again.
Hide that door. I'll clear in behind you.
Right. Let's try this again. Shall we? Have that. He's still alive. There you go. Stick the knife in. Right, well, these civilians get out of my way. Get out of my way. Thank you. Look at that. 2 gender toilets. I've been pointing them out in these games. I think it's important. Oh, I'm a war criminal. I could just see it now. I've just fragged about probably 5 civilians there. I'd love to see the court-martial. It'd be like, oh yeah, the footage shows you clearly killing 3 civilians. And I'll be like, the footage was manipulated. Right, civilians, I do apologise. I won't kill you anymore. Maybe. Yeah, I'm sure they'd court-martial me, you know, when when we've just been invaded by this superior military force. Yeah, they'll let me off. There's Ethan being very cool. So here we go, we're going to get some equipment now. Packing module. Very useful.
Okay, I'm in.
So here we go, we can take all these guys out now. Got self-destruct. With all that splash damage. Incredibly useful mechanic. And that's why I think Black Ops 3 and this game stand out. Because you've got all these abilities. Black Ops 3 called them abilities, this one they're like equipment. There's going to be a lot of variety with that, and when you play on Specialist you get even more because you've got to have helmets and health stims. Really good stuff. And that's the unfortunate thing, when you stick a game in World War II, you lose all that. For what it's worth, I think World War II's had its time of Call of Duty. I think we always had from Call of Duty 2 onwards, that game was as perfect as it got. Everything else just feels tired at this point. I'll try to avoid talking about, World War II, because we'll get onto it on the very next one. For all intents and purposes, this is trying to be a new World War, and be a classic Call of Duty. And it kind of is, really. Seekers, we've got enough. Ah, the NV4, I want that. This is kind of like the front cover weapon, isn't it? This is the weapon I kind of remember, and I remember this shot. This is very cool. As I said, this all feels very World War II in a sense, and I think that's the better way of doing it, personally. Make it feel like World War II, but it doesn't have to be in World War II, if that makes sense. Goodness me, it's awesome, isn't it? Yeah, it's a really strong intro for this game. I can't believe I disliked it. Like, it's fantastic. Coming back to me. Cool thing with the secret grenade, if it can't get to anyone, it will crawl back. Right, we've got the Jackal here. You get so many abilities in this beginning.
Target is marked.
Roger, target acquired. Inbound hot.
We'll get to fly one of those later.
Shots out, shots out.
I should have waited to use my Jackal, that would have...
Good hit, 3-1.
Copy
This MV4 isn't that good, is it? It's basically just an M4. Destroy dropship. Here we go. This is one of the coolest moments in the game. Hack into the robot and then self-destruct. Down it goes. I want to say that I fought to do that myself, but I think the game pretty much signposts that. But that's very similar to Advanced Warfare's excellent section on Throttle.
3-1, target marked. Force up, towers at the top of the
I think this level would be what you refer to in development as a vertical slice. Basically, you get all the abilities that you're going to get in one time right at the beginning. And that's a mistake of a game, actually, as good as this level is, but it probably plays its card a little too early. But this game finishes strong, so it does come roaring back. Which, as I say, Black Ops 3 had an opposite problem. It's got really piss poor last level. It's really important to get your last level right in a game. I think you can really sour a game. I'm sure everyone remembers... I always remember this enemy, he's always caught me out. I'm sure everyone remembers Wolfenstein The New Order. If you played that, it's kind of like the other Shooter 2 play at the time. That game had a big problem in the sense that it's really good, but I think it ends pretty badly, and when your game ends badly, it left at least a sour taste in your mouth. I remember that it did for me, and it's not until you sort of do a repeat playthrough and you rediscover your love of it again that you're sort of like, oh yeah, Wolfenstein New Order, that was great. At the time, I remember saying to so many people like, yeah, it's good, but it ended badly, and I hate that. It's really important to make sure a game ends, or any kind of media, ends strong. A bad ending can really sour it. Oh, sorry everyone. I'm committing war crimes again. I've noticed that my footage just felt a little, feels a bit jumpy at times. I'll have to look into that. Not the footage, but the actual game's doing that. Don't worry guys, there's nothing wrong with your monitors or your TV. It's very much this. Here's this hacking tool, but again, I used this for my own accord. The game didn't tell me to use it. And that's what I like, you know, it's great when you just use stuff of your own accord. Oh, get down.
3-1, target marked.
Roger, inbound for gun run. Guns!
Good hit, 3-1.
Copy, disengaging.
I think that's everyone down.
Balestia barricaded inside. Roger, set up a perimeter.
Oh,
Start
shooting Ethan again. Thank God he's a robot. So let's move on. Enjoy all the destruction.
Yes, sir. Steam me to your HUDs now.
10 ships remain. The UNSA fleet is finished.
Yeah, if you ever played Killzone 1, then I think a lot of the similarities won't be lost on you. All this game plays a hell of a lot better than Killzone 1.
Go now.
Let's breach, do the slow motion thing. Which was the first Call of Duty to have this slow motion breach? It was Modern Warfare 2, right? Yeah, it's gotta be. COD 4 didn't have it. Stop the breach, there you go.
Jackpot, all stations. I say again, jackpot.
Relieve the bot. Take the prisoner into custody. Petty officers, get that ATIS back up. We still got enemy ships in our airspace.
Right away, Admiral.
Sado forces are trenched in outside setting up a fob.
Good. Let's get a look at this son of a bitch.
You'll need medical.
I need nothing.
He's got an employee ID. That's him.
That reminds me, you know, one of the lines I heard in that opening cutscene, what was it by the Admiral Rains? It was indelibly. That's a cool word. That's the word of the day. When he said that his views aligned indelibly with the main characters. I'm gonna force that one into conversation, along with irascible and egregious.
You started a war.
And I will finish that war.
ATIS guns are moments away from
Who does that
acquiring
villain
enemy
look like?
targets.
He looks like an
Fast
actor.
work, Ethan. Well done.
He really reminds me of somebody. I can't think who it
Get
is.
him out of here.
Ars Eternum.
Mars Eternum. Is that this
Stand
game's
fast,
train go
Marines.
boom?
Give me 5 minutes with this bastard.
Salt.
So many innocent people, Reyes.
Let's get out there and fight for him.
Roger.
I'm gonna say something controversial. I really don't like the character of Salter. I don't know what it is. There's something off-putting about it to me. I'm not being a woman hater. It's just I don't know. I really like Reyes though. I think Reyes is really well done.
I say again, we have control of ATIS.
Set def's retreating.
Raider to main, Lieutenant Salter and I need birds.
But I think this is what you've been waiting for. This is what you've been watching this video for. You knew I had to have some space in there. Here we go. This is the big attraction. Now my Jackal will be slightly upgraded and have its own camouflage because obviously I played the game. This is on a new game plus essentially. I've got all the upgrades.
Yes, sir.
So once again, we are flying a vehicle, a jet kind of thing. I think Ghost is the only one we've not done that in now. We certainly won't be flying any jets in World War II, before you get any ideas, because they kind of didn't exist. Heck, you didn't even have helicopters in World War II. I think the first ones did come in like 1944, but they were very different. You should Google some images of them first of the helicopters. They're quite strange looking, actually. Jets are Korean War, I think. Yeah, I think they are. Korean. Here we go. Really well done, this. So kind of like James Bond going to space. It might not be the series' finest hour, but it's certainly an iconic moment. So if you're wondering what the flying's like, it's alright. I mean, that's actually one of my major issues with the game. They clearly put so much effort and time in making it look and be this great moment. I love how it goes silent. Because of course there's no noise in space. But yeah, we've got imagine this in Call of Duty. This is much more Star Wars looking. It's okay, is this? It can be frustrating at times, the flying, but for the most part it is fun. It's not Throttle or what we played in Sandcastle. What's Flares? Album. Right. You can dive very easily. So that's probably better, though. There's actually some difficulty. There we go. So it's all about locking onto the Skelters, the other jets, and you're aiming for that little red dot. I didn't really show it there. Right. Have I got boosters? But it's much easier to get picked off in this. Alright.
Bogey at 12 o'clock. He's bugging out.
I've used my flares by accident. Sugar. So we've got boosters. I think my upgrades are health and... Ooh. I've also got a different kind of weapon that I can switch to with triangle. That's like a rocket. As you can see, that's pretty cool actually. Although aiming it is bloody tricky. There we go. Do I have rockets? I don't think I do. I think you have to unlock rockets later. I remember that. But there can be a lot of this just floating around at times until you quite get it. But all the space levels, the side missions are basically this. You just go to a target, take out loads of enemies. They're probably the least interesting in the game. Just because I don't think this is the best thing done in the game. It's probably one of the game's major failings, actually. And that makes it sound worse than it is, but when you want your space combat to be such an iconic moment, I just don't think they nailed it. But there's a lot of fun in here, and as I say, at least Call of Duty's trying here, isn't it? It's not phoning it in. And Titanfall 2 didn't have space battles, so that's something that's different. And these are cool moments. You get to try and take these destroyers out. Get some flares out. Right, I gotta get. Oh, I've been clipped. Let's move. Yeah, if you get damaged, the trick is just run away like a scared child. It does remind me a lot of Killzone space battles, if you remember them at the end. When you had to take out all the destroyers, that was great. It's very similar, like driving past. Oh, look at that. They do those moments really well. And the debris, the way the debris stays about, it's all excellently done.
Copy. 3-4 returning to base.
Got a visual on Retribution.
But yeah, that I think is pretty much the mission. Let's get back on the Retribution, our ship. Be pretty cool because it'll go into autopilot moment when we get there. There we go, there's the circle. Nice and Starbucks.
Same. Checking static pressure.
But yeah, that's... Oh, you knew it wasn't the end, really. I knew that was coming. I was just playing up to the crowd. The jester that I am. Yeah, there's our main enemy, the Olympus Mons. Oh dear. Right, I'm gonna die here because this is a bit silly at this moment. It's kind of daft. Oh, there he is. What a name, Salem Koch. Salmon Cock, as we used to say back in the day, because we were children. I mean, we weren't children, but we acted like children. Oh, switch guns with fire! Fire everything! Star Trek reference. Yeah, the Olympus Mons. Basically, the whole game is about taking this thing down. Oh man, just fire. Just fire everything. I'm missing. That's not good. Still alive.
Retribution, retreat! Retreat!
Retribution is moving to intercept course for tactical collision.
They're ramming it. Do not execute collision.
Captain's orders, 1-1.
Yeah, you don't get visuals like this in Call of Duty before or since. That's why you kind of always have to appreciate these games, because you don't get it very often. I think the fact you don't get it very often makes you appreciate it even more. There you go, light speed. We are definitely the future now. So that's the end of the level.
Let's get back to base. Just get to Red.
But what I like about this game is the plot is now just like, we've got to take out the Olympus Mons and take out old Salmon Cock.
Roger, 2 Lima.
I just love how they put Kit Harington, front and center, and they're like, they're all like, here he is, Salem Koch, the bad guy. It didn't feel right in playing a villain though, because Jon Snow was like the kind of the hero of Game of Thrones. It'd be like doing a game in the mid-noughties and putting Kiefer Sutherland as the bad guy. Although that would work better because Jack Bauer could be pretty evil at times.
Multiple casualties from the crash maneuver, sir. I need a stretcher over here. Lieutenant Reyes, we need you up here right away. Bridge out.
Copy in the assault.
So the cutscene that's going to play at the end of the level is the one that they put that cutscene out, I think, when the game either launched or earlier.
Salt, you good?
Affirmative, you?
Still here. Ethan?
Outstanding, sir.
Gibson, get us out of here.
Ryan, 1-2, lines are snagged. All right, you should have air now, Lieutenant.
Check.
There's our Scotty. But yeah, what's really cool is you're in charge of this ship, so you can wander around this before levels, all these areas. It really helps you, makes you feel at home. You even have an office.
Yes, ma'am.
Really well done.
Got an overdose of trouble here, sir.
Petty Officer First Class Ethan, this is Gibson, Red's air boss.
But as I say,
The Retribution.
game's pacing is really good,
What was Alder thinking?
because we've had a lot of combat there, really hard, intense combat, and now it slows right down. And then obviously the next level will be a lot of combat as well. When you do the side missions, it gets a little worse, the pacing,
What's the count, boss? How
because
many
obviously
back?
you're dragging the game out a bit.
After that, you're it. Son of a bitch. Look at this. We need FaceTime with the captain.
Yeah. We don't sacrifice our crew when we're overrun.
Let's get to the bridge.
But you can wander around, see all our troops have been battered. You can even watch the news later, but it all adds, it makes it feel really good. These characters will become important later, and we see the old UK flag there. Let's go, boys.
He protects his men, Salt. He should have pulled back. Let's do it.
Oh, hold. It's only a hold, thank God. I can't be bothered tapping.
I'll help you, Lieutenant.
Staff Sergeant Omar?
No easy call, your captain, mate.
Cost us some good men. Didn't have to happen. Not like that.
All due respect, Lieutenant. The captain did his duty. We drove the enemy into retreat.
Captain's duty is to get his men home alive, Staff Sergeant.
Not always, Lieutenant. Not always.
That's the main theme of the game. Don't worry, you can't miss it. They'll ram it down your throat.
Where is he, Boats?
Where's Captain Alder?
Right here, sir.
Oh heck, Captain's gone.
Gator.
Captain's dead.
Went down with his ship.
XO?
No longer with us, ma'am.
All this happened in the crash?
Yes, sir.
So who has the con, Gator?
As the highest ranking officer on board, I believe you do, sir.
Destroyer Tigris is docking a shuttle to
So we're in
Terminal.
charge. As I say,
Roger that.
it's nice in Call of Duty 4, so I mean,
Spinning radar?
this is essentially Call of Duty 13. Damn right I should be in charge by now.
Evac, I want our casualties outbound right away. Drop officer, coordinate
Defeated the
with engineer and
Nazis
get us
multiple
multiple.
times, and I've saved the world multiple
Engineer
times.
McCallum's on her way.
Staff Sergeant, can we count on your help?
You'll have what you need from me, Lieutenant.
Salt, you with me?
Always.
Gator, get the Admiral on the line.
Copy. Comms officer, Stratcom, Top Cat Sovereign.
Roger.
Tigris captain on deck.
Captain Farron? Lieutenant, who's in charge here?
Lieutenant Reyes, SCAR team leader.
Captain, your ship and crew?
Intact.
Sir, Admiral Rains is on the line.
Put him through.
Captain Farron, ladies, gentlemen, it's good to see you.
Sir,
Let me make our situation absolutely clear. We are now at war with the Settlement Defense Front. Due to Captain Alder's use of force, the enemy was driven into retreat. At this time, Tigris and Retribution are the only operable ships we have. Our course of action moving forward is to buy Earth time while we rebuild our fleet.
understood, Admiral. Tigris is prepared for tasking.
Today's attack was not limited to Geneva. SetDef launched a concurrent strike on the Moon Gateway port, and those cargo terminals receive freight critical to rebuilding our fleet. So your mission is to retake that port.
As long as they left England,
Lieutenant
they're
Reyes,
alone.
I'm promoting you to the rank of commander. You are now the acting captain of Retribution.
Roger that, Admiral.
Keep the enemy away from home. Godspeed, captains. Top Cat out.
We've got no air wing.
We'll go without it. That's how we do things in the infantry, Lieutenant.
We'll insert the Marines from Retribution.
I'll provide overwatch from Tigris. Let's go to work, Captain Reyes. Stay sharp out there, all of you.
You too, Captain.
Finally a captain, at last.
You got some shoes to fill now, Captain.
We've got limited boots and guns. Lieutenant Salter and I will deploy with you.
This is a ground assault. Captain's place is on the bridge.
Not this, Captain. Not today.
You just know that an old
Marines
Call of
take point.
Duty would have
You
had you
ride in
playing
with
just
us.
as a
There's
generic
very few
private
changes.
marine.
Muster on the well deck and 5, Staff Sergeant.
Copy.
And this whole captain plot would be
Get us
happening
going,
above
Gator.
you and you wouldn't care.
Aye, sir. Plotting a course.
We'll notify when ready, Captain.
Yeah, it's a kind of a
Reyes.
plot hole that Reyes is the captain and he's
Captain
helping out.
Alder's operations office
But hey, we
is
gotta be shooting
yours.
stuff, so you just gotta
All
roll with
crisis
it.
effects are still in place.
Thanks, Boats.
For the indomitable Captain John Alder.
The captain is dead.
Long live the captain. Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
You can do this. You're the best we've got.
High praise coming from you, Nora.
You earned it, Raider. I'll give you a moment.
So essentially, guys, we have our hub here. We can see the ship, we can see Earth there. Depending on where we are in the game, we'll be on different planets of the solar system. You've got your own computer, which is just gives you updates on the world. As I say, the world building in the universe setting is so much better.
Commander, drop prep is complete. Course is plotted. We are primed to drop on your go, sir.
So these videos are a bit harder for me to
Ready.
assess when the
Sir,
level's over.
your key now
It's
has
essentially
activation clearance
it's
for the
essentially
fast
over
travel
now.
drop ignition.
Check.
I'll just show you guys the menu screen here.
Switch is set.
I have Tigris Captain Farron for the commander.
Patch it.
Captain, Tigris will drop in outside the area of operation. Once Red joins, we'll hold position until your Marines are ready. Good flight. Out.
On you,
It
Captain.
definitely has more of an episodic feeling, this one.
Away in 3, 2, 1.
Because the game doesn't stop at the end of each mission to do these like introductions through the briefing menus, it just kind of goes straight seamlessly onto one. So it sounds a bit moronic to say it's more of an episodic feeling, but this one is, because the way it's broken up, whereas the last one is definitely trying to be a film.
Get that fire out!
Yes, man. Got it.
Man, this ship is useless. It is no USS Enterprise.
Notify when your Marines are staged for insert.
Tigris is standing by. Let's bug out.
But yeah, there's the moon.
You got the con, Gator.
Aye, sir.
Lieutenant, Captain, I'll see you to the armory.
But yeah, I think it's still the same mission. So let's stick with it. Still the same mission. We're coming close to that hour mark. This is definitely the longest video.
Our squad is on the well deck.
Why is Sergeant Omar taking lead on this?
It's a joint operation, Salt. He's the senior Marine on board.
He disrespected you.
Don't let him under your skin.
Warrant Officer Griff is expecting you both in the armory.
Yeah, I feel like they try and force this, like, bit of tension between you and Staff Sergeant Omar, but it can't help but feel forced. I know they've got to have tension for the point of plot, but could have done with being a little bit better. Here he is.
Captain.
How's she looking?
This prick. Why is Lewis Hamilton? I always remember when the tweet came out, where it was like IGN or somebody was like, "Oh, Lewis Hamilton's in," and I was like, "What? Lewis Hamilton?" They were just asking any big old celebrity.
Nothing's changed, Griff.
Speaking of changes, let's choose your loadout, sir.
So yeah, we've got a loadout. I won't go into this. I'll call it here because it basically is the end of the level. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That mission was called not Retribution. I think it was called Black Sky, wasn't it? I should have done some research. I'm terrible for this. But like the good Call of Duties, we've got loadouts. We've got a lot. But this level's been fantastic because it's shown you a lot. It's unfortunately had Lewis Hamilton in it. I do apologise. I can't avoid that. Let's just get out of this menu. Check the name of the mission. Black Sky. I thought it was. I really should have done it as soon as the space bit ended. But next thing I'll do is I'll probably do another story mission with specialist difficulty to show that off. We'll then do a side mission and another main mission. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's quite a longer Call of Duty, a little bit more talky, more story, but it's still Call of Duty. The shooting's still good as ever. But yeah, I'll see you for the next one, guys, in Infinite Warfare, as we begin a new Call of Duty. Thank you for watching.